Finding off-market properties is something that is wildly important in today's market, and as an agent, it's something that we need to know effectively how to do in order to be successful. I'm Joe Schwartzbauer. I run the GreyDuckProperties team here in the Twin Cities in Minnesota, also part of Real Broker. In my new studio, it's a little bit echoey in here. We got to get that figured out, but bear with me here. The videos will get better. If this is the first time here, subscribe. It really helps out the algorithm and all that type of stuff. And we're going to be trying to come out with weekly videos to help you as an agent be successful in today's marketplace. So we're talking about today finding off-market deals. This is something that it's crucial. We're at low inventory here in the Twin Cities. For single family homes, we have less than 1 month worth of inventory, which we all know that is a huge seller's market. So let's just get right into it. The very first thing, the very first tactic that you can be using is doing a social media post with your buyer needs. So you've got 1, 2, 10 buyers that you're working with. Write it out. Write out who it is. Buyer 1 looking in X area for a 3-bedroom, 2-bath between this price. And essentially that social media post says, hey, I've got a bunch of buyers that I'm working with. They're not able to find that the home that they want on the market. Do you or do anybody that you know fit this list and would be possibly willing to sell? You know, they all have a flexible closing timeline, and are open to allowing you as the seller to find the home of your choice. You know, this one just puts it out there. Our networks are all a lot bigger than we think they are. And this is also a phenomenal opportunity just for you to say, without so much saying, that you're a real estate agent. So number 1, social posts. All right, I've got my notes here, so I'm going to look at these while I'm doing it because I can't just keep it all in my head anyway. Number 2, do those buyer needs in your newsletter. As a real estate agent, we should all have a newsletter, whether that's a weekly, monthly, bi-weekly, daily, whatever you do, newsletter that is sent out to your entire database. Personally, we've got about 15,000 people in our database. That is a lot of opportunity in there to find some needs from sellers. You know, we know that the vast majority or a lot of the folks in our database are not truly sellers, but that doesn't mean that they don't know somebody that lives in that area and can bring it up to them. It starts a conversation, and that's really the biggest thing that we're looking at doing with that. So number 2, put the buyer needs that you just wrote for social media into your newsletter. Number 3, send those out to your agent network. So as a real estate agent, we should all have a database or a list of every single agent that we have ever transacted with. You know, we use Showing Time here. It is a system that we use for booking tours, and it's something that I believe is used pretty widely across the country anyway. Well, anytime you have a listing and there are tours that are booked on that agent's name and information should now be added to your agent list. That is also a spot that you can be sending your buyer needs out to. I know myself, I have probably 4 to 5 different properties right now that are off market that are sellers that are thinking about selling. They're a little bit on the fence, but if they received an offer or they had somebody reach out that was like, hey, I really do have somebody that is interested in buying your home, you know, let us know. We'd love to come and walk through. It probably would get them off the fence. Most agents are like that and know of at least a couple properties. And they may have homes that are coming to the market. Maybe their sellers just aren't quite ready. They're doing a few repairs, that type of thing. Maybe you can get them in prior to go to the market. They write an offer. You get your deal done. Number 4, this was one that was shared with me from Caleb Carlson. He is a phenomenal local agent here. And this is just simply one-on-one text messages. Who are the agents that you know? Send them a message. He personally did this last weekend. He wrote 4 offers and his buyers lost out on every single one of them. That's not uncommon for that to happen. And they all wrote good offers, variations of inspections being waived, appraisals being waived, you know, whatever it may be. But they didn't win on any of them. So he sat down, went through his phone and sent out, he said, probably about 200 text messages, which initiated about 20 conversations. Now, is it going to turn into a deal? Maybe, maybe not. But he just opened up his agent network a little bit further, was able to have some additional conversations, which is always good. We need to be networking with other agents as much as we possibly can. And there's a fun little tip in there. Any agent that you deal with, save their damn phone number in your phone. Save their phone number. Put what brokerage they're with. Put that they are an agent, realtor, whatever it may be. Have something. I really like the tactic of Mary Smith, realtor, brokerage name. That way, I know personally, anytime I receive or I am calling another agent and they answer the call and say, hey, Joe, how's it going? I love that. That makes me feel so good that they took the time to save my phone number. It just starts that communication off so much better with that agent. So make it a habit of saving phone numbers. Do you save phone numbers? Is that something you've done? Have you had success from it? Has it brought you additional deals? Have you won on a home simply because you had that agent in your phone? Let me know. I believe that I have won offers for my buyers simply because when they called me back, that listing agent called me back, or it goes all different directions. Just save the phone numbers. It's not very difficult to do, and it's honestly a big sign of respect. So make sure to do that. Number 5, attend local real estate events. Anything that your local board is putting on, even CE or networking events. There's so many different networking events for agents now. Go and attend. Talk to other agents. Be connected in your world. Don't be a secret agent. There is so much opportunity out there if you just put yourself out there and talk to other agents. So don't be a secret agent. Attend networking events. Number 6, direct mail. This is a really good one, and this can be used in all types of different ways. So direct mail. We use a system called Mailbox Power. If you're interested in it, drop your information in a comment below. Reach out to myself, 612-743-0274. Joe at GreyDuckProperties. Reach out. Don't spam me though, please. Don't put me on some dumb mailer list, or dumb email list. Anyway, we have buyers. Now, don't say we have buyers. Do this for specific buyers. I love this for specific buyers that I have that want to be in a specific neighborhood. What we do is ask those buyers, if it's a family, send us a photo of the family. Then we ask that the buyers write a letter to the proverbial seller. Hey, this is who we are. This is where we currently live. This is our current situation. This is why we love this neighborhood, and this is why we want to move to this neighborhood. If you are considering selling, we would love an opportunity to come and walk through your home. So the front of our postcard literally is a picture of the family that says the Smiths want to buy your home. Simple. Black photo words. Easy. The back of the postcard simply says a little blurb about, hey, these buyers are flexible. If they're not flexible with their timeline, say that as well. But you should have buyers that are flexible with their timeline in order to do this. But hey, the buyers are flexible. It can offer you some time to go out, find the home of your dreams, and make the closing dates line up to make this all very, very smooth for you. Then we put a QR code back there that is that letter to those sellers. Scan here to a letter to you from the buyers. This is proof that they are real buyers, not just that we're sending out these dumb letters saying, oh, we've got buyers that want to be in your neighborhood. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. That's just not something that you want to be putting out there. Not a good route to go. All right, your vendors. Number 7, your vendors. Every agent should have a preferred vendor list. We call it our board of professionals. This is something that gets shared with all of our buyers, prior to closing, after closing, with all of our sellers. They're all people that we have vetted along the way, that we have used in services at some point or another that we recommend. Plumbers, electricians, carpet layers, tile, landscapers, painters, all of these different HVAC folks, all of these different types of people. You should be in good communication with them. Call your vendor list at least once every 2 to 3 months and just check in. Let them know that, hey, we're trying to send you some business, even if you're not, even if you're not actually sending them business. Let them know that like we have you on our list. We are trying to get you people, and end that conversation just like you might with another prospect or something, or your sphere that you're making some sphere calls. Hey, if you ever come across somebody that's you're doing work on their house and it sounds like they're looking to sell, throw my information out there. Let me know. And part of that also, asking for a referral. Here's a little fun fact tidbit that I'm going to throw in the middle of this that has nothing to do with this video. You should be training everybody in your sphere how to give you a referral. If you are going to get a referral, the best way to get it is a 3-way text message between the person that's giving the referral, the person that's looking at either buying or selling, and to you. That is sticky. If they just give out a business card or share your contact information, they may save that business card, but it's likely going to end up in the glove box, in a junk drawer, or in the trash. And if they share your contact information, them remembering when they actually want to make that call who that person was and going into their phone and finding it is probably pretty low. So just teach them, hey, if you're ever going to give me a referral, send a 3-way text. I'll be sure to take care of them. It's a great way to make it a lot more sticky. Number 8 is contractors. They can be part of your vendor list, so this is kind of like an addition to number 7. But contractors, and especially contractors that work with flippers, when they know of a property that's nearing completion, this is a great opportunity. So the contractors, they definitely have a lot of folks that they are doing home renovations for and that type of thing. Some of them are doing those renovations to get their home on the market. Some of them are flippers. Those flippers are the ones that you want to find. Number 9 is wholesalers. Wholesalers are huge. They guaranteed every one of their properties is off market. Wholesalers don't put their homes, the homes that they have under contract, on the market. So get on wholesalers list. A lot of times you have to be a cash buyer for these, but get on wholesalers list. There's a lot of options in every market that you can use to allow your buyer to purchase cash and close quickly and then refinance the property afterwards. There's options for it. If you don't know what they are, drop a comment below. I'll reach out to you. We can definitely have a discussion about it. And if you're enjoying this at all and this is valuable to you, hit the subscribe button. I'd really appreciate it. These videos are here for you guys. So hope this is valuable. Number 10, real estate investment groups. So we have one here called MNREA, MN for Minnesota, and REA, real estate investment. There should be a REA in basically every city or every county or every state that's out there. If you can join this group, that is a phenomenal one to be part of. You are going to get connected with flippers, number 1, and hard money lenders, number 2. These are all people that you can reach out to and get on their good side and let them know that, hey, you've got buyers. Another spot that you should be sending your buyers list to is to those wholesalers, to those vendors. Who else can you send that to? That buyer needs list can get sent out to a lot of people, but connect yourself with the right people. Be in the right room. Being in the right room is so wildly important, and that brings me to number 11, and it's being in the right room. It is your local, your brokerage, essentially. Most brokerages are going to have some type of an off-market database. This is something that is wildly important. It's part of the reason why I joined Real Broker, because we are growing here in Minnesota. If you're ever curious about Real Broker, let me know. I'm going to mention it quite a bit here and there throughout videos. I'm a part of it. I'm the first agent in Minnesota to join, and I believe in it, and we're growing quickly, and there's a lot of benefits to it. But your brokerage should be a huge source for finding off-market deals. If it's not, you maybe need to look elsewhere. All right, number 12, driving for dollars. This is something that a lot of flippers, wholesalers, that type of thing, they do this. This is where you're literally out driving around, you're showing properties, you're bringing your kid to soccer, whatever it may be. You see a house that the lawn hasn't been mowed, maybe it needs exterior painting, maybe it's the winter and the sidewalk hasn't been shoveled. Write down that address, go knock on that door. They could be a perfect opportunity to find a listing. Off market doesn't just have to be for buyers. This is a way that you can procure more listings for yourself as well. A lot of these tactics can really work both ways. All right, number 13, I think we're on. Circle prospecting. This is using a phone dialer system such as RedX or Mojo or anything like that. Buyer wants to be in a specific neighborhood, boom, you put that location in, and it's going to spit out all the phone numbers for all the people in that area. Now, is every single one of those phone numbers going to be correct? No. Are those people always going to be happy to talk to you? No. But if you have time, this is a great way to start building some relationships and finding some folks in neighborhoods that could be interested in selling. That phone call, and we can go over a whole scripting call on all of this as well, but that phone call should really not be, hey, are you interested in selling your home? This phone call should be, hi, my name is Joe Schwartzbauer. I run the GreyDuckProperties team. I have a buyer that wants to live in your neighborhood. Do you happen to know anybody that is considering selling? I told them I would call everybody in the neighborhood and find every way I can to reach out to everybody. I work hard for my clients, blah, blah, blah type of thing. It's going to set that phone call off on a much, much better route anyway. All right, number 14, door knocking a neighborhood. If there's a neighborhood they want to live in, put your feet on the ground, go out, walk, and knock on some doors. Make sure that when you are knocking on those doors, you're prepared. Have a little flyer. Don't put flyers in the mailbox. It is illegal, but come with some flyers, come with some rubber bands, wrap them around the door handle, leave it there if they are not home. But boots to the ground. Let people know you are out there, active, working hard for your buyers. Even if that home isn't right, possibly it's a listing opportunity for you. Number 15, door knock the neighbors after a showing. You should be doing this every single time that you're taking out buyers. It's your end of your day, or you've got a break in between showing appointments. You just showed that house. It wasn't the right one for the buyers. We used to actually have a flyer that was made up. We've got to rehash it and start using it again. But it basically said, we just showed our buyers the home at blank. We write in that. It is for sale for blank, write in the price. They always want to know the price. They loved the home, but it wasn't exactly the right fit for them. They really want to be in this neighborhood. Some iteration of this anyway. They really want to live in this neighborhood. Are you considering selling at any time in the next 6 months to a year? They've got a flexible schedule. Please reach out, blah, blah, blah. So you can leave that flyer if nobody is home, but knock on the neighbors' doors after a tour. Have conversations. This is a numbers game in real estate. The more conversations that you have, the more successful you will be, the fuller that your pipeline will be. And for the love of God, if you're not using a CRM, you've got to get one. You have to get one. At Real, we use Chime. It comes to us for $40 a month. It's regular like 400 and some, and it is phenomenal. I am loving it. We used to use Follow Up Boss, which is also a phenomenal CRM. We moved to CR Interactive because some of the systems that we were using only worked on there. But now we're over to Chime, and we absolutely love it. It was a cost move, really, why we moved over there, but it's a phenomenal system. Check it out. All right, number 16, connect with property managers. This is a pretty great one. This was one that just came to me today. I was having this discussion with another agent. We actually hosted a mastermind, and this is what we talked about today. So get in touch with property managers. Make connections with them. I'm not talking about Renters Warehouse. I'm not talking about these giant box ones, but some of the smaller mom and pop ones, they have a massive list of investors. They are going to be able to, this isn't one to exactly send your buyers list to, but this is one to let them know that, hey, you've got buyers. You've got people that are interested in purchasing the home. You, as an agent, should have an investor list yourself of folks that are looking for investment properties. If you have investors that you're working with, what a better opportunity than for you to reach out to the property managers and say, hey, I've got an investor. They need to park some cash. They're looking for a good rental property. Those property managers have a list of properties that are rented out, that are currently cash flowing with a tenant in place. Hey, this is what my buyer is looking for. Can you send this out to your list of investors and see if any of them are interested in selling? Chances are they're going to be happy to do that. You know, do you need the entire deal? You're not going to get both sides of it, but you're going to get a portion of that deal, and that's pretty phenomenal. Number 17. This is another one that was shared with me that I think is really interesting. We all have iBuyers in our market. You know, Zillow used to be around. They're not really buying homes anymore, but Open Door is still around. There's Knock. There's plenty of different iBuyers still around. How you are going to find this is going onto your MLS, finding an Open Door listing. When you go to that Open Door listing, you want to then go click on the tax records. Find out what entity owns that home. What is the entity that the homes from Open Door, or when it was Zillow, or any of these other companies, what is the entity that these homes are being held in? You can then do a property search on the MLS through the tax portion of the MLS, or contact somebody, a title rep that you know that's willing to do some work and give you a list, and search for that entity's name. You will then pull up a list of every single property that entity owns. You do have to cross-reference that list with the MLS to see if any of those are currently on the market, but those are all opportunities that are going to be coming to the market. You could reach out to those iBuyers and say, hey, I've got a buyer that fits the needs of this one. You guys could stop putting the lipstick on the pig, because I know you're just putting in new carpet and painting the walls, because that's all you really do to these homes. You know, you could stop that right now. My buyers could be interested. You know, can we make a deal work? So that's a really interesting tactic. I absolutely love it. Takes a little bit of additional work, but it's definitely one that's out there. All right, number 18. Get into networking groups, all different kinds, make relationships. I think we kind of already touched on that. I don't even know why I wrote that down, but hey, that's one on there, and we're going to call it number 18. So get into networking groups. Like we said, the group that you're in is wildly important. Be part of groups. Go out, participate in events, make your name known, make some connections. All right, number 18, neighborhood farming campaigns. This is a really great one too. You know, you should be farming an area. It should be your neighborhood. It could be your city. It could be your county. Whatever your farm is, be consistent. Send out mailers. Host community events. Be that local agent, and opportunities will come to you. Those folks that sign up for your event, those people in your neighborhood, if you are farming that neighborhood appropriately, you're likely going to end up having buyers that want to live in that neighborhood as well. And when you have a buyer, send out a letter. Hey, I've got a buyer that wants to live in this neighborhood. You know me. I'm Joe Schwartzbauer. I live at 123 Main Street, just down the road. Like, I send you letters all the time. We have a buyer that wants to live in this neighborhood. Would you consider selling? Neighborhood farming is huge. You can even just put out a monthly letter type of thing. Whatever you do, I've got an agent that I just spoke with that she did this. I'm happy to share what she did and share it with you. Just let me know. The last one is expireds and canceleds. Now, I'm going to talk about this a little bit differently. If you have a search set up for your buyers on your local MLS, you should be able to go in and also put in expired and canceled. When you are putting in active and coming soon, at least in our market we have coming soon, you should also be able to check the box for canceled and expired, probably in the last 180 days type of thing. So anytime a property in your buyer's criteria gets expired, it's going to pop up for you. You then have the opportunity, if you want. I don't like this. I'm not an agent that chases expireds or canceled properties. I know there's a ton of agents out there that are successful with it. If you are, drop a comment. I would love to hear your tactics. I'd love to have you on here, do a bit of a podcast, whatever you want to do, but I would love to hear how you are being successful with expireds. I've just never been that successful with it. It's nothing that I've put enough time into. Maybe I just need to learn a little bit better, so let me know. But what I'm saying here is you can add that into your buyer's search. You could also just create a whole new search, go back 2, 3, 4 years, and look through those expired properties. You got to make sure that they haven't been relisted. But here's what I want you to do. Rather than contacting that homeowner directly, call the agent. Have a conversation with that agent. Hey, I've got a buyer that they would actually be really interested in the home. I know you had it listed previously. Do you still have a relationship with the seller? We'd love an opportunity to get in and take a look. You've now just, created a lot of respect between you and that agent, because that agent knows you could have went directly to the sellers. You could have sent a letter. You could have called them directly, but you chose to call that agent, and agent-to-agent relationships are huge. Call that agent, see if you can get in for another tour, and see if there's a possibility of those folks still selling. I love that. It does take a little bit of work, but make sure to save the number of that agent when you call them. Well, that's it. I think that was 19 or 20. I think that was 20. 20 ideas of how you can go out and crush and find some off-market deals. I'm Joe Schwartzbauer, Real Broker. If you got any questions about Real Broker, reach out. If you made it this far in the video, you better subscribe. You got some value out of it. How long has this video been? I don't know. It's been like 10, 12, 15 minutes. I could talk forever here. Thank you guys. We'll see you on the next one.